Okay, I'm going to share my screen. My name is Brent Neighbors, and this is a short 9-week IS-15. Um, Let me share my screen. Which one do I want? I'll go this way. Okay, so hopefully you all see my class, and you'll see that it says, home syllabus modules and McGraw-Hill, and then SimNet, and then grades. So the best way to get started, first off, you can go through this information on the front page, but everything happens in modules. Every week is planned in modules. Everything is there. Above modules is my syllabus. So I'm going to click on modules first, and we'll go back into syllabus in just a second here. As you see here, there's at the very top in the modules, it's my software and my e-text, everything that we need. I need to make sure that everybody knows we're doing an e-bundle through the Clovis Community College. You can either do it, you can buy it online, or you can through the Clovis Community College website, or you can buy it by going into the bookstore. What you're going to get for this is two pieces of software. One's called Connect and one's called SimNet. They come bundled in a cellophane wrap package, and inside, when you open, there's two cards, and you scratch both of them off, and they have codes that you can put in and enter it. Again, here's what we need. There's the bookstore. So please, a lot of people think they can go and buy it on the interface when they log into SimNet or Connect. Don't buy it from McGraw-Hill. Buy it from our Clovis Community Bookstore, either online at their online website or through going into the campus. Remember, if you do buy it online, you can call them right away after you buy it online and ask them to send you to your district email the codes. If not, you're going to be set back by the United States Postal Service. What they're going to do is you're going to buy it online. It's going to go through a process. The bookstore will then put it in the mail, and then it'll come to your house. Some people opt to pick it up at the campus. It's your choice. McGraw-Hill gives you 14-day trial. So it's free. And at that 14 days, when it ends, once you put the codes in, it just keeps going from there. So you don't have to worry. Also, we have, let me see, 14-day trial. I just got a text from a student. I was just looking at it. I'm not going to be able to get into that. And we'll go from there. Let me stop that. Okay. Syllabus. Let's start at our syllabus first. This class is pretty straightforward. I'm going to make mine just a little bit bigger. You'll see here that this has to be done by the end of the semester, by May. If you are a Mac user, totally fine. You can do everything that everybody else does. You can't do it using iPad or a Chromebook. That will not install Office. We will have a little problem if you have a Mac, if you are using, don't have access to a PC. We use a database program called Access just to give you 4 projects so you have exposure to the database when you get to Fresno State. They'll talk a little bit in the business program, a little bit more about database systems. You may borrow a laptop from the library. You may go into the bookstore. I'm sorry, you may go into the open lab at Clovis Community College, and they will allow you to use their computers. You can use your mom, dad's, uncles, aunts, cousins' computers for those 4 short little projects. And you can install the free software that the Clovis Community College gives you for Microsoft Office. It's the complete version, it's free, and you can put it up on 5 computers. So you can install it on your Mac. You can also install it on a friend's PC so you can do the access. But that's not towards the end of the class, and that's about the 7th week or 8th week. But it's really important that you use the downloaded software, Microsoft Office, which is free, and we'll get to that, and not the web browser based, because it's not going to cut it for this class. It just won't work. So just a warning out there to Mac users. I'm not saying get rid of your Mac. I'm just saying for this 4 projects, you're not going to be able to use that access. but there are opportunities at the college, in their bookstores, in the library, on campus tech centers. They're all over. You need to get a hold of me if you're in Clovis, so you live in the Fresno area. Um, my office is at Herndon. It's not on the main campus this semester. It's out on Herndon across from was a Nissan dealer and the Dodge dealer down on Fur Avenue. It gives you my office number. It gives you my cell phone number, everything. Again, warning about the textbooks, what you're looking for, some of the projects we're going to go through. If you decide to use the 14-day free trial, do not wait um, to purchase your software, because what happens is this is the end of the semester. I keep checking with the bookstore. There's lots of codes left. I do have one more class starting on another campus, and they will utilize the same code. So once they're out, sometimes it's a pain in the butt till they reorder them again. Should be $107, and it comes, that's after tax, everything that's in your, that's all it is. If you're paying more than that, you got the wrong package. Let's see. Communications, schedule a Zoom meeting with me if you need to. Every Wednesday from 1 o'clock to 1:50, there's a link on the homepage that allows you to come right into my Zoom meeting and ask me a question and then pop right back out. I had 3 students do it today. They popped in. They said, "Hey, Mr. Neighbors, I got a question about this Excel project." I showed them real quick, and one student popped out, and then another student jumped back in. So it's a group meeting, or you can come and go as needed. Here are my office hours. Here's also the link for the online office hours. I'm on campus at the Herndon Center from 12 to 2:30 on Mondays. So that's a lot of time. Come visit me. I'm there. I'm also there on Fridays from 11:30 to 12:45. If you are deciding to pick a Friday to come visit me, always check your email, because sometimes I get called into a meeting on a Friday. That's why I only have a short office hour on Fridays, because if I get a meeting, I'll send an email out saying, "Hey, I had to change my office hours to either earlier or later." So if you want to come by and visit me, I never change my Monday ones, because it's a big block of time and everybody's trying to get their work done, and they don't call meetings for me on Mondays. So there we go. We scroll down. Attendance, you're online, so you're fine. I have a video that's going to show you how to download the free version for a Mac or a PC of Microsoft Complete Office. Yours should have all these icons, and this icon, if you're a PC, this icon right here is your access. Do not want the web-based, and we'll cover that. My syllabus, it shows you how to tell if you have the downloaded one version of Microsoft Office, or doing just the 365 web-based. If you're having a network problem during this class, it's such a short term, 9 weeks, you got to figure out what you're going to do, because I get it, sometimes your computer goes down or the network goes down, Comcast or AT&T shut it down, and you got a test, let's say a quiz, due at 11:59 on a Wednesday night. There's lots of places you can take your laptop to. First off, you can go to the school. This software is not tied to your computer at all. If you log into Canvas, you can get into all the programs. McDonald's has free internet. Starbucks, you can even walk around Walmart. They will give you the free Wi-Fi. So if I get an email on a Thursday morning at 6 saying, "Hey, I couldn't complete my quiz because I lost internet access," well, 2 things are going to happen. I'm going to say you should have started it a little bit early, and I could have helped you if you had problems on a Tuesday or a Thursday, or Tuesday or a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even a Sunday. But last minute sliding in, I'm also going to say you should probably take advantage of the free Wi-Fi, just in case there is your internet's out. Computers, let's say your computer has a problem. Best thing to do is right now formulate a plan. Mom, dad, uncle, aunt, sister, cousin, computer lab at college. What would I do if my computer says I'm done, it's not working? It happens, I get it. Need to have a backup plan. I can work with you a little bit, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to do the assignment. Let me scroll down a little bit. All I'm trying to say there is I will help you as far as I can. but the network and computer problem is on your end. I can't really fix it. I can't really even suggest what type of computer to get, because then I own it. I can tell you where to go. I always like Costco, and as we go through the computers, even some other places as well, it tells you what your tech minimum standard should be on that computer. And Costco does have some fairly affordable items in that area. Here's what we're doing this semester, this 9 weeks, I should say. You're going to have 4 projects in Word. You're going to have some training in Windows right off the bat. You're going to have 4 projects in Excel. You're going to have 4 projects in PowerPoint, and you're going to have 4 projects, 2 projects in PowerPoint, 4 projects in Access. We will cover chapters 2, 8, 5, and 9. We will have our quick midterm 3 weeks in. They'll cover 2, 8, 5, and 9. At that point, it's not comprehensive. We'll go 6, 7, 4, 10, and we will only have a final over 6, 7, 4, and 10. Total points for that, all the quizzes in Connect, it's going to be 200 points, and everything in SimNet, it's going to be worth, is it 250? Come down here, you'll see it in the discussions. Here we go. Everything in SimNet is projects are 225, training is 75, quizzes are 200 in Connect, not SimNet. It's a different program. Learn Smart is going to be 120, midterms and final, 200 points combined, 120 points in your discussion, and 940 points total for the class. I don't want to overwhelm you because it's more project based than memorization. You just got to keep up the projects, and I tend to be fair if you notify me in advance. Wednesday nights, probably after 7, I'm usually unavailable at night, and that's when most of my projects are due at Wednesday at 11:59. I can't get back to you because I'm usually not around. My grading scale goes down to, for an A, it's 89, for a B, it's 79, for a C, it's 69, and for a D, it's 59. So I already dropped, give everybody a point. Okay. So that's the syllabus. But now let's look at one other thing before I start talking with you. We have the module. Every module is laid out. It tells you when to start, and sometimes you have to click on it, and there's a button here. So if you click on, let's say, start the orientation, at the bottom, after you read it all, there's a button that says mark is done, and then you go next. And that allows you to see the rest of the items. So if I was to go back into modules, you see now everything else is starting to appear because I did that task. Mark is done. And it shows we have a discussion post due March 20th. If you do not do the discussion post and the orientation quiz, I will drop you. I have to drop you as a no-show because that means you didn't participate. And one semester I had like 200 bots that had registered through the college, and that's a financial aid scam. So they went in and they registered, these bots registered. They just sat there, and luckily I caught them in the syllabus and the discussion question. If not, they would have taken advantage of the money from the financial aid from people that don't really exist. They would have taken the money and they disappear. So even in the community college, AI is working at its finest. You see chapter 2 or week 2, week 3, week 4, midterm, week 6, week 8, and the final. Okay. So 9 weeks, we get all this done. Now, let me tell you, some weeks you're going to say, Mr. Neighbors, I've been really good. I did my orientation, I did my discussion. I just haven't been able to do this. Send me an email. I deal with it on an individual basis at that point, and I can work with you because this is a quick 9 weeks. I understand there's a little bit of work. One thing I do is on my quizzes, you get 3 shots. I take the highest score. So you do it once, you get a good grade, hot dog brownie, you're done. If you don't like it, take it again. You don't like it, take it again. I take the highest 3. Problem is you don't get to see your score, okay, until you're done. And that's all my quizzes, except for the midterm and the final. Midterm and final are 1 shot, and that's it. As much time as you need on all these things during that day. So when you start, you got to finish the midterm and final. Your SimNet activities, which is right here, you get 7 opportunities for every project. So technically you go, 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 go until you get the grade that you want. A very nice thing here is, let's look at week 2. At the bottom of every module, I have all my class lectures. I click on it. These are at the bottom of each module for each week. So every week has my lectures up and ready for you to watch. I even have my class notes. So as you open my class notes, you'll notice here that there's blank spots. You just fill in from my lectures. That helps. Okay. So my notes and my lectures are already provided for you for the whole semester. And we go back. And for every project that we do in SimNet, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, Word, I have videos for every one of them from start to finish. If you click on it, it tells you what to do. And what I would do is I would watch it through. I would watch the first one so you knew how to do it. But everything is basically recorded for you. Okay. First thing you need to do is get your codes. When you click on connect, they'll ask you to put the codes in or use the trial version. Do not at that point buy the software for McGraw-Hill. That is not the intention of this class, because it can be up to $300 to $400 if you go that way. What I want you to do is either pick 14-day trial or not trial, but access, temporary access, or put your codes in. You got to do them to both. There's 2 codes, one for SimNet and one for Connect. My calendar, everything is laid out for the semester. So if you want to know what's going on, you see here, Wednesday is a common theme. Okay, we started. Today is the 13th. There's our orientation. You have all the way till Wednesday the 20th to get it done, and 11:59 at night. Here's one key for this class. If you were an 18-week semester, I'd say stay on pace and you're going to be fine. This week, if you do your discussion and your quiz, I'd get busy on the rest of the stuff. You've got Windows, you got a Windows training. You've got a chapter 2 smart book, which is in Connect. You've got a discussion and you've got a quiz in Connect. You come here, week 3, you're looking at word training. You've got chapter 8, smart book and quiz. Smart book allows you to train on the topic that we're doing. If you ever had a Connect book, this is what they do. It's kind of like the tutorial, step by step, talking you through the book along with my lectures. Then we have 4 projects due. So see how it's laid out. What I would do is I would use this week to get as far as I can. I do not mind that you work ahead. I do not have a problem. I get a lot of kids that work ahead a couple of weeks and they'll say, I got a big paper doing on my other classes. And so they mellow out and they don't work as hard. And then they finish that paper and then all of a sudden they're back in my class working as hard as they can. The goal of this class is for you to learn. It's not for you to be tested on under a time limit, how fast you can do a quiz. That I don't have a time limit on my quizzes or even my midterm or finals. My quizzes I let you take up to 3 times. My projects, you can do it over and over and over. I have a philosophy. The most important part of this class is that you understand those 4 applications so that you can use them, especially Excel. Excel is a big deal in the business world. Learn it, because if you go to Fresno State or someplace else, you're going to have 2 more classes. I know whatever field you're going to go into, Excel is something that you'll probably use daily. And that's why I feel that it's like a mechanic. If you get a car fixed and get it out and they say, come get it, it's working, and I drive it down the street and it goes bang, 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 and it stops, I'm going to take it back to the mechanic and I'm going to say, fix it. That's exactly why I feel about these projects. If you don't get it right the first time, guess what? Fix it, upload it again, fix it, upload it again. I have videos showing all this stuff. So I do not want stress to be involved in this. The only thing is you're going to have to stay on task. I'm pretty much available. I'm checking my inbox for emails at least 3 to 4 times a day. The only day that I have trouble hitting it that many times is on Tuesday, Thursday, because I'm in a classroom. hit me through an email through here. It doesn't get lost in my district email account, because if you were just to get on your Outlook through the district and email me, your email could get lost in the process, just because I get hundreds and hundreds of emails from everybody, from activities to student services to financial aid, all wanting to tell me something. But email me through the Canvas shell. I'm going to get back to you. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the dashboard, to my course, 15 week, 19 week. Again, here's the link. Today it says 11 to 11:50. The only reason it says that because I had to do a change just today only. I have a little video. Everything that you need is right here that I can think of. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stop the video because I'm going to record. Let me see here. Here it is. That off. Stop recording. Now I want to ask questions from you. What type of questions do you have